Hello, friend, and welcome to the Folktailer, a humble place where I stitch and tell you stories. Short winter tales for long winter nights, Crone edition, in which we meet 13 holy hags from European folklore traditions. Frau Holle, also known as Holde, Hulda, and Mother Holle, is a complex figure, deeply rooted in Germanic folklore. Though popularized by the Brothers Grimm, her origins predate Christianity, suggesting a powerful pre-Christian goddess or supernatural being. She embodies aspects of winter, fertility, domesticity, and the liminal spaces between worlds. Some of her key motifs are spinning, wells, and weather. Often Frau Holle and Perchta are considered regional variants of the same ancient deity. Let's get straight into our second tale of Short Winter Tales for Long Winter Nights, Crone edition. Frau Holle and the Well, a new retelling of an old German fairy tale. Once upon a time, a widow had 2 daughters. This is a fairy tale, so there's a good chance you know where I'm going with this. One daughter was kind, generous, and thoughtful, and the other daughter was selfish, cruel, and vain. But the widow loved the cruel daughter as she was her own, and treated the kind stepdaughter terribly. She and her mean daughter enjoyed a life of leisure, profiting from the overwork of the stepdaughter. The kind daughter, Elsa, had just one possession, her late mother's spindle. Elsa could conjure the image of her father's hands carving the wood, a gift for her mother. And when Elsa spun thread upon the spindle, she could still see her mother's hands deftly spinning flax into thread by firelight at day's end. Elsa felt particularly close to her mother every time she used it, which was often. In those days, spinning and weaving were some of the main daily tasks. Many textiles were needed to run and clothe a household, and all the thread to weave these textiles was spun by hand. Elsa's favorite spot to spin was among the peaceful silence beside the old well. Here, in this calm abode, Elsa felt closer to her mother somehow. So one day, when a particularly flamboyant flick of the wrist sent the spindle flying into the well, you can forgive Elsa for not thinking and jumping in directly after it. Now, friends, if you're contemplating jumping into a well to retrieve something, please don't, as all the guardians of the wells have left their posts, so there will be no magic to catch you. But that's a tale for another day. In those days, the world was positively brimming with magic. When Elsa dove in the well, she didn't meet her watery demise, but a brief loss of senses. Then there was a coming to on a carpet of wildflowers, the sun kissing each little upturned face with gold. A quaint cottage on the horizon seemed a logical destination to Elsa, so she set off at once. The owner of said cottage was more imposing than her welcoming domicile would suggest. Her features were all misproportioned, especially her outsized teeth. Yet she spoke kindly and welcomed Elsa by name. Her countenance was comforting, so Elsa came to trust her. After a fireside confessional with tea and biscuits, it was decided that Elsa would stay and work for Frau Holle, for that is exactly who Elsa had found. Through the 4 seasons, Elsa worked diligently and without complaint. In spring and summer, the gardens needed tending. In autumn, they labored on the time-sensitive work of harvest, preserving and drying, and making winter's medicines. But winter held Elsa's favorite task, weaving the winter tapestries. You see, it's common knowledge that Frau Holle makes the snow when she shakes out her feather bed, but you may not know that she spins glimmering threads from starlight, weaving them into a weft of moonbeams on a loom of bare winter branches. She deftly weaves in threads that hold the sound of snow falling, the flicker of candlelight, and the pulse of seeds sleeping deep underground in earth's fertile darkness. She weaves the very fabric of winter. Under Holle's guidance, Elsa flourished. Nevertheless, the day arrived when Elsa decided it was time to return home. Frau Holle agreed. She led Elsa to a place in the wood, a natural doorway of oak, ash, and thorn. She gave Elsa a basket of leaves, covering them with a cloth, and instructed her not to look at them until she returned home. When she returned home, she found the leaves had turned into gold pieces. This rendered Elsa's stepmother quite welcoming for a change. But the stepmother soon decided she wanted the same opportunity for her spoiled daughter. And though the girl followed Elsa's footsteps exactly, I'll let you use your imagination as to how that turned out for her. I'm so glad you came by to meet Frau Holle with me tonight. I'm curious, did you grow up with stories of Frau Holle? What crones did you grow up with in your fairy tales? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you tomorrow.